What's up, world? Welcome to a new episode of the BrandonJaneauShow, Underdog to Success podcast interview edition. Thank you to my family at Kick Up Your Heels Entertainment one more time for sending me another incredible artist that I get a chance to interview tonight. This is a little different though. This is some legendary stuff. I'm very I don't know how I got this interview, but I'm gonna just say thank you and just keep it pushing. But and say thank you. I am sitting with somebody. I don't know how I can phrase this. I don't know how to phrase this because I don't know if you're one of the reasons why I'm here. I have no idea. I have no clue. No clue at all. You might be. I have to ask my dad. I have to ask my dad and my mom. But that's neither here nor there. We'll see when it comes to that day. But thank you if you are one of the reasons. Appreciate it. I am sitting with a legend, man. One '90s legend, man. Something that I hold near and dear to my heart, man. Can you tell them all the amazing things, all the incredible things you do, man, and where they can find all your music, your group's music, everything, man? Can you tell them all the amazing things, man?
Man, it's been quite a ride. I have to say, I've been truly blessed. My name is Mark Calderon. I'm with the group Color Me Bad. We formed back in 1991. We formed back in like 80, 84, 85, but our big hit came out in 1991 under a movie soundtrack called New Jack City. And it was from New Jack City, and the song was called I Want to Sex You Up. And it really was the thing that got us going, man. It was crazy when that song came out. The crazy thing about that is that, you know, it had an edge on it for them days. And nobody knew how exactly people was going to react to this song just because of the word sex and the contents of it. So, when we came out with it, not even the record company knew, but man, it came out in the movie soundtrack and people loved it. Then were the days where people could actually call radio stations and request, hey, play this song. This is the song we want to hear. So that's what really, shot us through the roof in them days. Yeah, man. But it's been crazy. We've been nominated from Grammys. We've won Soul Train Awards and American Music Awards. We sold over 12 million records. And man, it's a dream come true. It's a dream come true. So I'm here even after 30 years later with the new single, actually, that Color Me Bad just dropped about 2 weeks ago. So, and we can get into that too. That song is called California Dreamin'. But I'm just happy to be here and I'm happy to be on your show. And man, let's anything you want to know, just ask.
I I I don't even know where to start sometimes because this is just different. It's just a different feeling because it's like 30 years of like greatness just
Yeah,
sitting.
it's
I don't know how to approach this. It's kind of like I told Katrina that, and I was like, "Yo, I don't know how to really approach this interview tonight. I have no idea how to really wrap my head around it." And she was like, "You got it." I was like, "I hope, I hope." Um, but saying that, man, 30 years, man, and I wanted to ask you this because it's like you got into the industry in the 90s. That is like peak music for a lot of people. Like that
yeah,
is like peak of the music industry, R&B, hip hop. That was the moment that hip
yeah.
hop, like music, just was the golden era, I guess. If people really say 90s music was like the golden era.
It
So,
it it was a great time, man. There's a lot of great music happening. Um, in them days, there was a lot of music, not only just hip hop and R&B, but there was grunge music coming from this side, and
mm,
a lot of different mixtures of music and radio at that them days. They were a little confused too of what does people want to hear, because you would hear on the radio, a record like I Want to Sex You Up, and then the following song after that would be, I don't know, Dr. Dre, something from Dre Day or whatever. And then the record after that could be Nirvana, something, rock and roll. I mean, that grunge. So Pearl Jam, Nirvana, Dr. Dre, Color Me Bad, it music was just wild, them days. But it was a great time to be alive with great music, man. A lot of great artists. He still had Prince making music, Michael Jackson, you know, a lot of great artists. My favorites, my favorites. And uh, great time, man. Great time. Yeah.
That's interesting. So I wanted to talk to you about this because 30 years. So you've literally seen it all, like in 30 years, like the evolution of the industry in a sense, because of like the first, like when y'all came out. I'm just assuming that was when like car radios first like started popping off, and y'all had cassette tapes, and it's a
CDs,
different,
cassettes.
and yeah, like and that's completely different. Like it's like everything's digital. Like you can literally just link your phone to the car and just tell it play. So it's completely different. Like you guys was like on radios. Nowadays, radio is just used for your car. Like it's just like car purposes. Like you just like your phone, don't really listen to the radio.
Yeah,
So,
that's so
so
true, man.
how like in 30 years, did you ever think that the industry would turn into that in
No,
30 years? Like,
no, because you know, um, when I was very young, it was just record players. You had 8 tracks, records, and that was for 30. I mean, that was for a long time, man. I mean, you didn't think anything else was going to be invented. At least I didn't. I thought it was always going to be just records, and then suddenly, you see record stores, kind of starting to sell, CDs and cassettes, and it just got really different, man. But it happened so fast. Technology did it all, and I personally like it back the way it was back in the day, where you could actually go to a record store and buy a record and see the true art, and it was them days where record labels actually developed artists. They just weren't throwing out just whatever music was hot at the moment like they're doing now. They actually really took time into developing true artists, and those were the great days. That's when I'm going to say that's when the music was music, man. I mean, no offense to anybody today, because there's a lot of great artists today. I love, what Bruno Mars does. He's absolutely amazing to me. I like Taylor Swift. I like what Ariana Grande does. There's a lot of great vocalists out there. But it's different. Overall, man, it's like you've got just a handful of artists that I hear like really bringing it, and then you got a lot of other artists like, how did he get on it, right? How's he selling, and it's like, and then I start thinking, well, what is it? Is it just the kids that they just don't know, or what? And it can get a little frustrating. Like, come on, guys, come on, we can do better than this. Come on, we can come on, and then you start second guessing yourself, like, well, dang, maybe I'm the one who's got, who's doesn't have the ears anymore. There's a lot of songs that I don't get. I just don't get it, but the young people love it. And I'm like, okay, hey, it's, but I understand this too. I understand that young people don't necessarily want to hear their parents' music. They want their own music. They want their own sound. I hear like that rap artist Jack Harlow. I hear him. He flipped that one Will I Am a record. And it's like, well, I don't know, man. I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong. I like what he did. I got a lot of respect. He's a great rapper and all that. But it's like no one's creating new music. No one's creating it. Let's create some real music. And the problem is that where it starts with kids picking up an instrument and learning how to play it and learning how to create, but these computers that you and I are talking on right now, man, they make it just too easy. And there's no real feeling, only when you pick up a real instrument and you play it, that's what's going to bring real true. That's going to bring the soul and the spirit of the music out. You know, I'm going to say this to you. For instance, you know, Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix was freaking the best guitarist ever. Okay. You listen to his records, there's a lot of mistakes on them records. There's some things out of tune. You know, he's not always singing in tune, but there's a spirit and a feeling in all that creation that makes you feel something, like Earth, Wind, and Fire. You know,
yeah.
Listen to Earth, Wind, and Fire's music. Listen what they're singing about. It's spiritual. It really has. It makes you feel good. When you leave church, you always feel good. Everybody always feels good. It's that kind of feeling, you know? And I don't get that no more. I don't get that here in the new music today. I don't get that excitement. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me being, 52 years old. I don't know, but it is what it is.
I'm 28 and I'm the same. I'm 28. I don't feel it at all. And it's true. I mean, because it's funny and I'm happy that you said all of that because because like Kendrick Lamar, just dropped his
Yes.
new album.
Yes.
So, and I see people debating it, and they're like, it's so bad, it's not good. It's like, and I did that once with Kendrick Lamar's albums. I did that twice now with Kendrick Lamar's albums back in the day. And I go back now and I'm like, yo, I was kind of tripping. I done got to the point now where I listen to music differently. I don't listen certain artists. You can't listen to them. You got to hear them. You can't listen to them. They're not. You want to listen to something? Go to the club. Go play some old school. Go play some new school people that just doing songs out there doing TikTok dances. That's listen to stuff. Go to the radio. Play the radio. Let's listen to stuff. Hearing artists, hearing albums is a very rare thing nowadays because they don't have artists that truly take their time to create a freaking body of work. They want to just throw the shit out there and then say, "Here, take it." I think it's good. I think it's good. I don't know. You throwing 30 songs on a project and like five of the songs are actually really good, and the rest of the songs are like throwaways. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. I don't understand this era, and it kind of gets me pissed off because it's like you're not really setting an example for these kids, and that's exactly what I was like. I was like, this is where artists like you, and I was so excited to do an interview with you because you've lived through it. You've seen 30 years of this, and you've seen artists that have come and gone. You've seen artists that have had the massive hits and then fade in 2 weeks. You've seen artists that have come and actually have had the consistency to stay, the stand power like you guys have had. It's a rare thing to have a artistry that stays and stands the test of time because consistency is the one thing that a lot of artists don't have nowadays. They think they do, but the songs don't last this long nowadays. And I think a song like your group, they last forever. You guys are probably now doing cruises because the summer's coming. Like you guys probably about to do cruises and tours because people want to see you guys and hear you guys and go back to that essence of when they were kids and they were doing proms and they were doing dances. That's what you guys bought. A lot of these kids, a lot of this music nowadays, it's gonna last for like 2 months, and you got to do an album in 2 more years, like 2 months after that. Like it's like there's nothing to last long no more. Does
Yes.
that
Yeah.
does that does that piss you off? Does that
Yeah.
piss you off as like a true artist? You're like,
But
God
you know
damn, like
what
can y'all?
though? But you know what? You're right about what you're saying. But I think it's the way the system is set up.
It
It's set
is.
up for them to fail. You
It
know?
is.
I mean, it's just the way it is. It's like, what's the flavor? What's the flavor of the week? It's like who's got the goods this week? That's not
Yep.
the way it's supposed to be. Artists are supposed to last. Good artists. Yeah, there are one hit wonders. It's always been one hit wonders. But man, with so many artists today and the way it's just too easy to put out music now, man. Anybody, you and I can create a song tonight and have that song out in the morning. You know what I mean? It's just too easy. It's the record labels. It's the way technology. It's the way the system is set up. It's not set up for longevity. Back then, it was set up for longevity. That's why you still hear our songs being played.
Mhm.
Now it might be in the grocery store that you hear our songs, or at CVS.
I don't know about that. I can turn on Time Morning Time Joyner in the morning. I still hear y'all, so I don't know
Oh,
where
okay. Okay.
you still get played. I don't know what you still get played, man. but it's but
There you
it's so interesting nowadays, and I think they do have, like you said, there are artists that do still have some sense of artistry. You know, Bruno Mars is one. Her Corday is a rapper and he
Yeah.
has it. I like his album. Like his album was so good, but he didn't sell. And the thing about it is that people always equate like your music to sales, and I don't like that. I think that if the music is actually generally a good music, then it shouldn't be equated to sales. Nowadays, it's too much. How much you sold? How much you sold? How much you sold? It's like no wonder why these artists are just like I'm gonna just do what the hell they doing over there because they're selling more than me, but my music actually has purity in it. It's actually true,
Mhm. Yeah.
and it's hard to
What
find
do
it
you
nowadays.
what is your feelings about the new Kendrick Lamar song?
The new album is I haven't really sat down and listened to the full body of work, and that's why I'm trying to get my mind to get into it because I think I need to sit down and really sit down and listen to it because if I let people continue to direct my attention to, well, it's okay, it's not really that good, it's decent, it's elevated music, stuff how people do things nowadays. It's alright, it's not really that great. You're kind of trying to put your views on me, and that's why I don't like listening to people's views on music nowadays because
Mhm.
nobody knows really what the hell they're listening to. It's like 20 straight songs of the same shit. It's the same beat, same song, same structure, same
You're
everything,
right.
and it's
You're
not
right.
even like real music. It's just now, it's just like I said, TikTok dances and Snapchat filters. It's like it's the same damn thing over and over again. So when do you find genuine? And it's hard to find it nowadays. And I think Kendrick's album is a little bit different, and that's why I kind of like have to sit down with it because it's rare to find an artist that do come out with new album and he changes every time you listen to an album, a body of work. It's hard to find that nowadays.
Yeah, you have to give him a lot of respect for even switching up like that, because it's always a risk. Music is a risk. Are you out to make everyone happy? Because you're not going to make everybody happy. You got to come from inside of what's working. What's trying to the music that you trying to create that's inside your heart. I can't. I have to be honest. I don't know a lot of Kendrick Lamar stuff, um, but I hear he is just brilliant. I did watch his video, the with the Marvin Gaye sample, "I Want You," and I was wow. I mean, I couldn't pick up everything he was saying, but
Mhm.
man, it just seemed like that he's got a lot. He reminds me a lot of a KRS-One.
Ooh,
Are you familiar with KRS-One?
that's a legend.
Yeah, like
That's a
he
legend.
just got so he's just got so much knowledge, and what he's saying is the truth.
Yes.
So I respect him in that sense a lot. He's really preaching from his heart. And of course, you can't go wrong with the Marvin Gaye sample. It's like
Can
it's
anybody go wrong with a Marvin Gaye sample?
you can't. So I like it. I appreciate what he did, and maybe I'm going to go back and watch the video more and just really see what he's saying. But you know that's you got to find them kind of artists, and that's why he is who he is. That's why he's won Grammys. That's why he sells millions, and it's so special when he brings a new record out. So much love to him. Yeah.
It's an interesting like span of music nowadays, right? Because it's like there's not really a genuine direction of the music.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's not really a genuine because you have purity somewhere in it,
Yeah.
and it's but most of it is just about sales and money. It's not really even about the true essence of what got you into the music.
Yeah, yeah, I see that. It's just music is all over the place, and it can be because of technology. See, they had control. Record labels control what was being played during them days. You're going to listen to what we put out. That's what you're going to listen to. And radio is the only way you're going to hear it, and if you want to buy it, you can't download it. You're going to have to go to the store and buy it, Yeah, they were able to really, keep track of all that stuff back then. But now these days, like I said, you and I can create something tonight and put it out tomorrow, good or bad, reggae, pop, mariachi music, whatever we want to do, we can do whatever the hell we want to do, but that's the thing about technology today. It's really controlling our lives, our phones. This thing is part of my body. It's like I can't go anywhere without this thing,
Yeah.
Is it good? I guess in some ways it's good, It can be bad, I guess, in other ways. I don't know, man. I don't know where we're headed. I don't know where music is headed. I know what I like, the music that I create, I don't know if you've had a chance to listen to my new single, California Dreaming.
I wanted to talk to you about it because
Okay.
what does that title mean to you, California Dreaming? Because I mean, you've been to California more times than I could probably count. So so what does that really mean to you, California Dreaming?
Well, it's a California Dreaming is a love song. Okay. It's a love song. And you should hear it, after the interview. It's a love song. And it talks about, a special time, in my life. And it's a real song. It's a true song. But it's a special song, man. And a lot of people can relate to this song. This song was about two people falling in love in California, and it's the feeling and the spirit of it. I tried, not to say that I was able to do it, but in my mind, I tried to bring out a little Marvin Gaye vibe to it, because that is music that I love. Okay. And that is different music, man. But this one has an old feel to it. It has an old style. It's old school sounding, there ain't no auto tune on it. It's going back to what life is really about, love. Because men aren't singing about love and romance today. Why? I don't know. I guess everybody wants to just, I don't know. But I don't think the young girls today, I don't know if they know what romance is. It makes me wonder, do they know, those love songs? What happened to love songs, man? What happened to them? Everybody's got to want to be cool and everybody's trying. No, how about let's because it's a real thing. Falling in love is real, and let's go. Why can't we write music about that again instead of just, hey, you want to sleep together tonight? Let's get it on tonight. Why? Okay. But how about love? What happened to that? What happened to real love songs? That people can feel. I don't know. That's what that song is about. California Dreaming. It's a love song. Go check it out. It's out there on all music digital platforms.
And I wanted to talk to you because speaking of Marvin Gaye, I didn't have a chance to talk to any artists that you know could talk about like the What's Going On album. Yeah, I know it was the 50th year anniversary. I think last year.
Yeah, I believe it was. Mm-hmm.
So what did that album mean to you?
Oh man, that's a great question. There's so much great songs on that. I mean, that guy, he spoke of what was happening during that time in life. The war was happening. Poverty. African Americans being beaten down. Just because of them being Black. Just a lot of things that was going on, but then he also flipped it, and he wrote about love, so he kind of covered everything that was going on at that time. And what's crazy about it is that Motown didn't even like it. They did not like. No, they didn't, because it wasn't structured Motown way. You know, he went off course, you know, but he came from the heart. He came from what he felt. And my gosh, to this
And
day, he
he
still,
was very gaudy. He was
yeah,
very gaudy. Yeah, he
right.
put it out.
We're still talking about his music, you know, we're still talking about his music. Kendrick Lamar, one of the top rappers right now, is still sampling his music, you know? And I'm still trying to get that feel, that distant lover feel on California Dreaming. Like I said, in my mind, when I heard that track, I'm thinking to myself, what would Marvin Gaye do to this? You know, how could I make this sound, you know? So then I just start saying, you know what, Mark? You know, when I hear a good track, I start just feeling the melody. How's this going to flow? Does this work? Is this easy to sing? Will somebody be able to listen to this song and start singing? You know, start being able to pick up the melody. I'm thinking about that, you know, and then I think about, you know, this has a feeling of, California. The music tells me what to write, you know, in that particular situation. The music told me what to write because of how it made me feel, you know, and that's the spirit of the music. Why? Because it was real musicians playing that. I was just getting that feeling of what they were playing. And then the creative juices start flowing, you know, and then you start, and then, you know, and then you start, oh, I'm gonna make this a love song. This is just a feeling. So, yeah, man. So like I said, that was the whole thing about that particular song. Marvin Gaye, What's Going On. I remember during the riots, the LA riots back in, what was it, 94? 91? No, was it?
90. Ooh.
Maybe it was 91. 90, because we were Schumann. We were actually in LA. Was it 91? We were actually in LA filming a video.
I think it was Rodney King.
Yeah, Rodney King. That's not the LA riots. Rodney King. Yeah. And riots broke out, you know, and we were actually filming a video that night in Los Angeles.
Wow.
And I remember that night, man, I just couldn't believe it. That city, you could get up on a hill and then you could see the smoke and fire coming from all different parts of the city. It was wild. You know, now, we were able to get out of LA. It was no problem. But I remember listening to the radio and that's what they were playing, you know, Marvin Gaye, What's Going On?
What's going on?
Because it fit that. I can still remember being on that hill, looking over the city of Los Angeles and hearing what's going on. So I was like, wow, it's like a movie right here, what I'm watching, you know, but it was real. So it's probably one of the greatest albums ever made. You know, it's definitely should be in the top 5 in my eyes, you know, right there with Stevie Wonder's. And you know, my favorite Michael Jackson album is Off the Wall. You know, I know everybody like Bad and Thriller. I get it, you know, but Off the Wall, Michael Jackson, he still had something. He still had a lot of soul, man. He didn't, you know. I don't know.
It's ironic that you said it because if you ask a lot of musicians, they say Off the Wall is their favorite Michael Jackson album. They don't say Thriller.
Oh, Off the Wall, man. That's
Everybody says Off the Wall is their favorite album that Michael Jackson ever done.
Absolutely.
Because I've done enough interviews with a lot of musicians and they like, yeah, Off the Wall.
Off the Wall.
And I do be like, so no Thriller? Nah, Off the Wall.
Thriller's great. Thriller's great. Thriller changed my life, you know, but Off the Wall, man. Just listen to that dude sing on Off the Wall. Come on, man. You know, it's beautiful. The music is beautiful, you know. So
I love Thriller. I love Thriller.
Yeah.
I love Billie Jean. I love Beat It. I love Pretty Young Thing. I love Human Nature.
Yeah.
But I don't think any of those songs hold a candle to Rock With You.
Love it. I love Rock With You. You know, I love Rock With You. You know what? You know what I did? in our show that we sing one of our hits, "I Adore Me and More." I don't know if you're familiar with that one, but in the middle of "I Adore Me and More," I'm able to into "Rock with You." I do this transition from "I Adore" to "Rock with You," and I say, "Oh man, we have so much fun with that song," and people love it, man. When we do that, they love it. They love it. So it's one of the highlights, I think, of the show. It's great, man. But I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of great. I have to show. Chris Brown is another great artist that I think is pretty amazing. He writes all his music, man, and he's brilliant in that. His melodies are brilliant. He knows what the kids like. You got to give a lot of credit. I mean, I know maybe his character wasn't all that great at one point, or he might have got in trouble, but man, just the talent himself, the dancing and the singing, which he's a brilliant singer, but a great songwriter. And I got a lot of respect for him. A lot of respect. He's a great artist. Yeah. But he's another one that really has major, major talent to me. Yeah. I just kind of throw that out there.
I was just about to ask you, matter of fact, about that actually. I was about to ask you if you could, who's one of the artists that you of this new era that you would actually be able, like, would you like to work with? So Chris Brown, Bruno Mars, what? Like,
Probably more Bruno Mars. Now, Chris Brown did flip one of our songs. He did "I Want to Sex You Up." He did with a few other rappers, and it sounded really nice. I really loved what they did to it. I really liked it. It didn't. I don't think it ever hit the radio waves or took off or anything like that. But I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty cool. It was in that movie that Nick Cannon did called She-Ball. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
I haven't seen a movie. I haven't
Yeah.
seen that movie.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it was in that movie. Uh-huh. Yeah. So yeah, but Bruno Mars, I would probably like really, I could see that. I could see that connection there. Definitely writing a song and the song. Yeah.
Yeah, when he did the 24K Magic, I thought that would be a perfect time for him to bring like a lot of '90s groups because that kind of felt like the New Jack Swing era.
Yeah, no
So,
doubt, man. I mean, like again, he nails it. That dude nails it, man.
yeah, he does.
Every single time. He Love Train. You know how he just made that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. They do a good job on it. I don't know. I think Bruno Mars could make another new song. I thought he did good. They did good on that song, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know. That's cool. I like the original. So if you can feel what I'm saying, I like the original better, of course, but it's good. What I'm saying is that guy, he doesn't have to remake any old song.
Yeah.
He just create it yourself. Just create it, Bruno. You just come up with the music. You do a fantastic job. You don't need to remake anybody else's old music, So, and there's some songs you just gotta stay away from. You can't touch some of the classes. You can't touch it.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna let you get out of here, man. I know you got some things to do, man. But I just want to say thank you, man. Thank you for doing this with me, man. Tell everybody where they can find your amazing song, California Dreaming. All of your old music, man. Tell them where they can find you on social media. I don't know if you got one, but if you got one, you
You
know,
have to have one these days. Yeah, no, you can check us out at colormebad.com. And we're on Facebook, Color Me Bad Music, on Instagram, Color Me Bad Music. Come out, see one of our shows. We have a great time on stage. We play all the hits. And make sure you pick up and listen to the new Color Me Bad single, California Dreamin'. You can find it on all digital musical formats. It's there. California Dreamin', Color Me Bad. Check it out. Maybe hit us up. Let us know what you think. All right.
well, I definitely will. I will.
Well, thank
And
you.
again,
Thank you to everybody who was able to view and watch this. Much love. Thank you.
thank you.
All right, my man.
Thank you, man.
God bless.
God bless, man.
All right. Bye.